Welcome to Model Horse Tack School. My name is Carrie, and today we're going to work on the cinches for the trick riding saddle. There's both front and a rear cinch. This is going to be like the cinches for every Western saddle. So it's going to feel very, very repetitive if you've made a lot of cinches for a lot of Western saddles. The only difference is going to be the shape. So the first thing I need to do is make 4 cinch rings. That's using these 8mm jump rings. You can do a 9 or a 10. 9 is probably better. My 9s are silvery instead of metallic, so they tend to not keep their shape if I tack things up tightly. Here I've snipped off the pin heads and I'm making a loop on the cut end of the pins. And I'm going to put a jump ring into each one, and this is what creates. Basically, it's creating a buckle, but it's a cinch ring buckle. If you've made cinches before, you can go now. Thank you for staying at least 30 seconds so that I can get credit for you watching. I've made 4 of them. I need 1 for the back, 2 for the back and 2 for the front. There we go. And if you've cut this out right, then you have slits. And so we're going to push the needle through the slit and then push the tab into the jump ring. This forces the needle to the front. So you need the needle pin coming through the front. And we're going to put the eye of the pin into the actual slit. And that helps to seat it so it doesn't move around. Now I'm going to go ahead and, after I've clipped off the point, I'm going to go ahead and fold over and glue it down. So see how the pin is coming out through the front. So we go through the back. And then push it through, put the hoop or the jump ring on, put the eye into the slit, glue it down. I think then I snip the tip. You can do it either before or after. This is the rear cinch I'm working on. It's the thin one. You can use a roper cinch if you want. You can even use string cinches. I do have that in my playlist, how to make a string cinch. I just have the lining there, and right now outside of frame I am skiving down the keepers. So there's 2 keepers, and those are the short strips. And I don't like how wide they are, so this is preference. I'm just splitting them in half so they're not as wide. It's up to you. So that's one of the keeper straps that I've skived and then split in half. And I'm going to glue it to the back right after where the tab goes over, so you don't have too much bulk. Do one side, then the other side. I make changes on the fly all the time. So now I'm going to see how big a loop I need for the keeper. So I'll put it on, flip it over. Not too snug, because you want to be able to get it in there, but not too tight. So go ahead and do that. Glue it in place. And then, that's why I like this Alien's Tacky Glue. See how quickly it sets. So as long as I don't put any stress on it, that'll hold. So now I'm doing it to this side. Same thing. And that's how you make sure you don't make it too big or too small. You just measure it to the strap you're going to be keeping, which is why it's called a keeper. And we'll go ahead and snip off the excess. It's all going to depend upon how thick your leather is. So there we go. Thicker, you need more. Thinner, you need less. Then that's our rear cinch almost done. We still have to put on the you need a loop for the connector strap between the front and the back. And I just skived. Every time I go off screen, that's where my skiving station is. So I do that a lot, thin it. If it doesn't look like it's going to be thin enough, I'll thin it out just a little bit more. And so now the front cinch, this is the first of the keepers. It's going to be the same process as the rear one was. You put the pin in through the back, and then you put it through, put the tab, the leather tab through, get that eye right there in the slice, in the hole you made, slice you made. So that'll seat it in place and it won't move around. And then get rid of that tip. Now sometimes I will get out a file and I will file down the tips of these pins. You might want to do that. I have scratched myself on the jump ring pin before. This is the same thing. I want them thinner. Totally up to you. You can have thicker, thinner, whatever. But I'm making them thinner. I'm just going to follow the same process. I'm going to go ahead and glue them to the back right after the fold over, so I avoid too much bulk. And then we'll go ahead and let that set up a bit. I need jump rings. I realized I hadn't pulled those out. I think these are 5mm. Show what the actual size of those were, but they look like 5mm because I've got 8s on the cinches. We need 3 of those. And then I'm using leather. No, I happen to use the other pieces of the keepers and fold those over to make a loop, a jump ring on a little tab. And you need one of these in the back center of your rear cinch, which we're doing right here. Go ahead and squash it into place. That was a yellow sweatshirt, which is why I use when my sweatshirt, not sweatshirt, t-shirt. My t-shirts aren't usable anymore. I just cut them up into little rags. Go through a lot of them. So now we're putting the suede onto the back side. And your rear cinch is done. Now we can go ahead and put that into the left side. You usually tack up on the right. You can obviously do whatever you want. Model horses don't care, but now with that other piece of leather, you can use leather lace. 3/32 leather lace will work good here. Be about the right thickness and right width. So I'm going to put a jump ring on either side. And because I'm using a pre-cut piece of leather, because I like to use up scraps whenever I can, I'm trying to get as little tab fold over as possible because I've got to fit it across the width of that front cinch. And go ahead and put that in half. So I know where center is. Put that on. It's perfect. So the loops just come over the edge. And now we're going to finish up the keepers. So put it around the strap I'm going to keep. We want it snug but not too tight. Fold it over and glue it to the back. And we'll go ahead and do that to the other side as well. Sometimes I'll make the cinches before I put on the rigging straps, or you could just have a spare rigging strap out. But since they're on the saddle, that's what I'm using. Oh, there's our saddle blanket. Now we do need one more strap. Right now I'm just putting the lining on. So put that on and then trim away any excess. It's good to have a suede here. If you've dyed your leather, it'll help prevent bleed through, but you got to make sure that the suede that you have isn't going to bleed into your model. Takes time for it to bleed, so it's not like overnight, but if you're going to leave it on for months at a time, leather that hasn't been properly sealed can bleed through. All right, last strap that we need is the one that's between the two cinches. Okay, for that we're going to need a 3/16 inch buckle to go with some 3/16 inch leather lace. And these are Rio Rondo. It's a Rio Rondo buckle, so I have to finish the edges. It's a good place to put it under the model. Doesn't have to be a fancy buckle. So, creating a buckle strap is by putting the leather lace over or around the center of the buckle. And then we're going to basically measure 3. The distance between the cinches times 3. And I always put a point on the end to make it easier to lace it through all of the buckles. I did a quick skive on that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put it on the second or third hole, depending upon the model. Most of them, it's the third hole on either side, if you're wondering, on my patterns. So we're going to thread it through through the back, then through the front, and then the buckle. And this way, the end will point backwards. Yes, I struggle with these tiny buckles sometimes. I just feel like my hands are too big for them, and I don't have big hands. So there's your connector strap. Last little piece is a keeper right behind the buckle. It just holds all the leather together. This will be a sliding keeper. That means it glues to itself, but not to the leather it's keeping in place. So that means gluing it to itself. You want it snug, but not too tight. And then get rid of the extra. In this case, it was being difficult, and sometimes it is. So we'll try it again. Try again. And trim the excess. Finally, trim the excess. And your cinches are done. Thanks for spending time with me today. Like, subscribe, tell all your friends about the channel, and have yourself a really good day.